This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in yesterday's session, we discussed about that how to implement CI/CD for Node.js project, right? And also we discussed about that shared libraries. So now we'll discuss about that upstream jobs and downstream jobs. See, I have one job called as Facebook-dev, another job Facebook-QA, Facebook-prod, right? So as soon as developer push the code to the dev branch, this build has triggered, right? So after this build is successful, I want to trigger this QA job. Once QA job is successful, I want to trigger this prod job automatically, right? So this dev Facebook-dev job can trigger this Facebook-QA. Facebook-QA job can trigger this Facebook-prod, right? So in this case, this is the upstream job for QA. This one we can call downstream job for dev, and also upstream job for prod. This one downstream job for prod, QA, because QA job is triggering prod, right? So for prod, what is the upstream? QA. QA job is the upstream project, right? So okay, let's log in here. So three jobs are there, right? So now what I'm going to do? So this job automatically it has to trigger that QA. QA job has to trigger that prod job, right? So for that one, so go to that QA. Which job has to trigger this QA job? By the dev job. So click on this Facebook FNQA. Click on continue and configure. If you scroll down, so this one under build triggers, build after other projects are run. When this project has to run, after which projects? Select this one. Here you can type Facebook-dev. Once Facebook-dev, so comma separated, you can specify n number of jobs also. So right now I'm going to give only one. So once Facebook-dev job is successful, see here we have some options also. Trigger only if build is stable, means if Facebook-dev job is successful, then only it is going to trigger, right? So trigger even if it is build fails. If you want, you can select it. Always trigger even if it is build is aborted. So based on your requirement, you can select it. So I selected that Facebook-dev job. It is triggered successfully. Then only this Facebook-QA job has to trigger. Save it, right? And go to that production. This one Facebook-prod. Click on configure under build triggers. See, build other projects are built. So here Facebook-QA. Facebook-QA. Select. So now if you go to that Facebook-dev, if you see here downstream projects, Facebook-QA, click on this Facebook-QA. Downstream projects, prod. For Facebook-QA, the upstream is Facebook dev, right? So clearly it is giving. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to trigger this one, Facebook dev. So see why build has failed. Console output. Okay, so Sonar keep server URL. Let me update in the pom.xml. So this is the correct URL. So I have restarted, na? So that's why the IP address is changed. So go here. So, okay. So even if you don't want to do all these things, just if you want to do the build, if you want, you can remove these things also. So the Tomcat, right? So here, just I'm going to execute SonarCube report. Anyway, I have updated SonarCube server URL. Okay. Even you can check in that QA also. Configure. Okay. Anyway, only doing the build. Okay. So now I will go and trigger this Facebook dev job. Click on build now. So build has failed. See why. Console output. Okay. So it is in authorized. Okay. So I have changed that yesterday. Did you remember? I have changed the token, right? Maybe this one. No. Yesterday, did you remember? I have generated one token and I have configured. So if you go to Node.js project, I have configured that SonarCube server token. This one. Go back here. Just I'm going to update it. Now go and do the build. Again failed. Console output. Okay. So it's trying to build stuff failed. Okay. Okay. So we are using that SonarCube, this Jacoco plugin, right? So I'm going to trying to deploy also application. Tomcat server is not running. It's running with a different type address. So I have removed those things also. Console output. Okay, if you see, this build is successful and triggering a new build, Facebook FNQA. So once dev job is successful and it has triggered that QA job. Okay, so if you go and see this build number 3, this is triggered by that. If you want, you can check it. See, started by upstream project Facebook FND build number 33. but originally caused by Mithun Technologies user. So Mithun Technologies user has triggered Facebook-dev job. The Facebook-dev job has triggered this Facebook-QA. So if you go and see prod, this one, click on this one, and also if you see build number 2, see started by upstream project QA, build number 3, original caused by started by Facebook dev, right? So this Facebook dev job is triggered by the Mithun Technologies user. So just I have triggered this dev. So dev job has triggered QA job has triggered prod. So this is called as upstream and downstream projects. Clear? So earlier I was teaching 4 years back these things. So in between I have stopped. But 2 months back, one of our student again she have some requirement on this one, and in one of the interview also they asked these questions. So that's why again I'm teaching these things. So Saujan is asking, sir, what is the uh, requirement about this one exactly? See, we have created 3 jobs. So once a dev job is successful, automatically the QA job has to trigger. Once QA job is triggered, production job also trigger, right? So instead of manually triggering, automatically it is going to trigger. But no one is using this one. No one means usually for external projects, automatically we are not going to deploy it. Yes or no? We are not going to use. But if any small project, if it is not that much critical, we may go into implement this kind of requirement. But I didn't get a chance to implement till end-to-end production environment, that automation, right? Clear? Continuous delivery, continuous deployment. Hmm? So if it is a freestyle Maven project type, we are going to directly will go to that GUI in the GitHub GUI, this Jenkins GUI, and we are going to select. But if it is a pipeline script, if you go and see, we don't have that option. Under build triggers, it is there, but through script, how we can run it? So very simple. We are going to use one option, build job. I think already we discussed it, right? Build job. If you want to trigger other job, did we discuss it that one? Yeah, we are going to use that build job. Hmm? Automatically it is going to trigger that one. So if you go and see under the snippet generator properties, build other projects, Facebook dev, click on generate pipeline script. Okay. So if it is a snippet scripted way, we are going to use this one, right? We are going to use this one. Pipeline triggers upstream, this one. Just you can add this script, in the pipeline script in the scripted way, it is going to work. Suppose if it is a declarative, select this one. Not this one. Directive, directive generator. So options, some one option stages. Which one we use it? I forget. This one, see, upstream build after other projects run. Under triggers, you will see this one. So which project you want to run? Facebook F&D, right? So click on, observe that under triggers, you can keep this one, right? Or you can create one stage, okay? Keep that stage at the end of the your pipeline script. Suppose I'm going to create that one declarative pipeline script, declarative pipeline. Here I am writing, okay, check out code. So here we are going to keep that code snippet for getting the code from the GitHub. This one, okay. So once this project is successful, I want to trigger that other job. So for that one, you can create one more stage if you want. So the stage is to trigger pipeline scripted job. Just I'm giving this description. So under this steps, okay. So you can keep this one, not upstream. So build a job. Hmm. So we are going to use that build a job colon the job name, which job you want to trigger. So I want to trigger that. So if you go here, I want to trigger this scripted way. Save it. Click on build now. You see, checkout code is done. So now console output, if you see, it has triggered that scripted way. So now if you go and see this job, okay, scripted way, this build number 27 has triggered by, see here, started by upstream job, right? So you can use like this one, or you can select this build triggers, right? And you can select that here you'll see the triggers. Under the triggers, you will see upstream job. Select this one and give that code snippet in the trigger section. So guys, Praveen is asking, usually in companies, they will use a scripted way or declarative way. So which one? Already I covered this one. Which one we usually nowadays most of the guys are using declarative way, because in the declarative way many features are there compared to this scripted way. Okay, so this is called as upstream and downstream projects. Clear? Next one, this is also important. Again, I'm telling this one also I was teaching 4 years back only. So because from day one when I started my career, we were sending that notifications to that Slack notifications, right? But in between, it is not. I felt it is not important, so I skipped. But again, many people are asking me, sir, in my company we're using the Slack. How to integrate Jenkins with the Slack? Okay, so for that one, first you should create account in the Slack. So use this URL slack.com. Okay, first create account. If you don't have account in the Slack, so this is the URL. Just open this URL, https slack.com. Slack.com. So click on create a new workspace. So give that email ID. So guys, I have explained that in detail way how to create account in the Slack, how to integrate. I have explained in this one. If you are not familiar, just go to this one. So already I have account. Okay, see here, it is saying that launch Slack, right? Click on this one, launch Slack. So even Slack, I have installed that application. See, Slack application is there in my laptop. So it is asking choose an application. So click on this one and open link. So it is going to open that application. If you don't have application directly, it is going to open here. See here, you can also use Slack in your browser. If you click on this one, it will open that Slack account here. So if you want, you can install this application, Slack application, or directly from the browser also you can able to access it. So Om Prakash is asking, instead of Slack, if you want to send an email to the developers if the job fails, is it possible? Yes. So for that one, we need to configure the SMTP server, right? But most of the guys nowadays they're using this Slack. Okay, so if you want, we'll teach that one also. We'll see. Okay, see here, first we need to create one channel. So channel is nothing but it's kind of a group. See in our we are using that Slack group, right? The Skype group, right? For each batch we are creating one Skype group. There we are adding and we are discussing there. Here also it's a channel is nothing but it's a group, right? So first we can create a channel. How? Very simple. Just if you mouse over on the channel, you will see that plus symbol. Click on add channels. Click on create channel. So I'm going to give the channel name as build notifications. Build notifications. So if you make it private, no one can able to see. Okay. So right now it is public. So see, this cannot be undo. A private channel cannot made be public later. So once if you create a private channel, you are not able to make it public. But public channel, you can make it private. Okay, click on create. Okay, so it is saying that this name already taken by a channel. username. So I can give that Jenkins build notifications. Okay, so I have created. So I don't want invite right now. See, Jenkins build notifications. This is the job, or this is the channel which I have created. Right. So now I want, so here usually guys, we are going to add, so who are going to work for this project? Suppose you can create a one channel name called as Facebook. Okay, so we are going to work for this Facebook application. We are going to add all the users into this particular channel. So now I want to send it all the bill notification to this particular channel. I want to send all the bill notification to this channel. So for that one, what we have to do? First, we have to integrate this Slack with the Jenkins. So for that one, if you see here, click on. So it will show your account name. Okay, click on this one. So here, if you see settings and administration, so there you will see that manage apps. Click on manage apps. So here, just search with Jenkins CA. See, you will get. Click on this one. Click on add to Slack. Okay. So here you can select the channel. So what is the channel which we created? So the channel name is Jenkins Build Notifications. So here just search with Jenkins Build Notifications. See, select this one and click on add Jenkins CI integration. So suppose you didn't created this here any channel. Okay, while integrating, see, you can see here one option called as create a new channel. From here also you can create a channel. Click on add Jenkins CI integration. See, it has integrated and it is giving some instructions. If you want to integrate, you have to do these instructions. Install that plugin. Okay, so which plugin you have to install? Slack notification. Okay, so after installing, if you go to that manage Jenkins configure system, there you will see that global Slack notification notifier settings option. Right. So now go to that Jenkins, manage Jenkins. Manage plugins, available tab. Just you can search with here Slack notification. See this one. Select and click on install without restarting. So it is going to install. So this plugin has installed. Now go to that Jenkins dashboard. Click on manage Jenkins, configure system. Just scroll down or search with the control F Slack. Okay, Slack. So just follow here. See configure system. So instead of this global Slack notifier settings, okay, you can go and search with this one. They have changed just only the Slack. Earlier versions we were seeing this option. global Slack notifier settings. Now they have given that Slack. So go here, workspace. So here they have given already workspace, this one. Okay, team domain name you can consider as a workspace, and credentials. See, they have given one token, integration token credentials ID. Create a secret text credentials using this one. So select this one, copy, go to your Jenkins. So here it is not showing anything. Click on add Jenkins secret text here, secret text. So that the secret you can paste it here, whatever we have. And here you can mention that Slack credentials. Click on add. So now under credentials you will see that Slack credentials. So where we need to send these notifications, default. So I want to send to this channel, right? So this one, just copy this one. So this hash also we need to keep, guys. Hash the channel name. So this hash you have to keep along with the Slack channel name. Oh, I have selected slave credentials. Huh? Oh, I think I have given the name as that one. Okay. So I have given that name. So while typing, automatically it is going to display, right? So, but I have given that the token is correct one only, Slack token, but name I have given wrong. Yes or no? Did you observe? Okay. So if you want to verify it, whether whatever the configurations we have given correctly or not, see here, test connection. Click on this test connection. See, successful. Now, if you go and see here, we got a message. Slack Jenkins plugin, you are all set. This one, right? So now you can click on save. So we have configured that Slack with the Jenkins, but now I want to enable that feature with jobs, right? Suppose for this Facebook-dev job, I want to enable that one. Very simple. Click on configure. Just scroll down under post build actions. If you see here, Slack notifications. Select this one. So when you want to send the notifications, build starts. Suppose if the build started, I want to send. Build successful. Build abort. Suppose if the job is failed, okay, I want to send. Build is aborted. Aborted means we have cancelled. Build is successful. So whatever that you have requirement, click on this advanced. See here, we have various options are there. Include test, fail test, right? Include test results, the summary, how many unit discussions are passed, right? All these things, if you want, you can select it. So based on your requirement, you can select it. So notification messages. See here, commit list with authors only. Commit list with authors and titles. So it is going to get the details. Okay, so I'm going to select this one. So workspace and all, no need to give here. Okay, no need to configure. Already we have configured. Just click on save. So now click on build now. So if you go and see here, Facebook-dev job started by this particular user, right? See, Facebook-dev job successful. So no test found, no changes, right? So if any changes are there, so in this particular builder, these many files are changed, it will display here, right? So if you go and see currently in this particular build number, you will see no changes because nothing is there. We didn't update it. Yes or no? So again, I'm going to trigger. Click on build now, and I'm going to cancel this one now. I'm going to abort. So two times you can cancel it. So now build is aborted. See here, build is aborted. Aborted means cancelled. Now you can go and see here. See, Facebook-dev has started by this particular user, and Facebook-dev it is aborted after 6.2 seconds. If you observe, color has changed. If it is successful, it is a green color. If it is aborted, or suppose I'm going to make it failed. Okay, so click on configure. I'm going to give that wrong goal name. Okay, just package E I didn't give. This is a wrong goal name, right? Save it. Click on build now. Definitely build is going to fail. See, build has failed. Now you can go and see here. See, Facebook-dev has started and it is failed. It has failed, right? So see here, if it is a success, it is sending. If it is aborted, it is sending. If it is failed, also it is sending. Why? Because we have configured such a way like that. If a bill is failed or aborted, successful. For all these conditions, we have added. Clear? So if it is a freestyle and if it is a Maven project type, so if you go and see Maven project type, click on configure. Click on configure. We'll see that option. If you go to that post build actions, we'll see that Slack notifications, right? And save it. If you do the build, it is going to work. See, Maven project type started by this particular user. Yes or no? If it is a freestyle Maven project type, we can see this option. It is successful. But if it is a pipeline script, if you go and see, if any of the pipeline script, suppose if you take this one, scripted way, configure, we don't have that option, right? Then what to do? We need to write the pipeline script here. Okay, so 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm getting call. Okay, sorry guys. Arey Bhaiya Chaitanya, already I mentioned I'm getting call. Give me 1 minute time. I don't know what you are doing. Okay, so if it is a pipeline script, we are going to write that Slack notifications code here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the pipeline script here itself. Or if you want, you can update this existing pipeline script also. This one. So this is a pipeline script which we are using, right? So if you go here, the development branch, see, this is a pipeline script which we are using. If you want, you can update this one. Click on this one. So here we need to add that Slack notifications code, right? So here I have commented these stages, right? Generating the sonar cube report, uploading artifact, deploying. Okay, so let it be leave like this one only. Okay, so now I'm going to click on edit. So here I'm going to write a one function for sending the Slack notifications. You don't want to write from the scratch. Very simple. Go and search with that one. You can go here, Slack notifications pipeline script, pipeline. Okay, see here guys, Stack Overflow, already that code is available. How to send Slack notifications after Jenkins pipeline build. Click on this one, just scroll down. Okay, see here, this is the one function. Okay, so copy this one. See here, def def is a keyword for sending for creating that variable or creating the function. So here this is the function name. So if you want, you can give the function name as send Slack notifications. This is the function name, send Slack notifications. So this function is taking one parameter as a build status. It is a string parameter. So we need to give that build status, whether it is a success or failure or aborted. So if it is a success, it is going to display in the green color. If it is a failure, it is going to display in the red color. If it is started, it is going to show in the yellow color, the status color. See, currently it is displaying like this one, right? If it is successful, green color. Even starting also, it is showing that green color. Success also, it is showing that green color. If it is failed, if it is aborted, it is displaying orange color. If it is failed, it is displaying in the green color. But my requirement is when a job is started, I want to display yellow color. When it is started, when it is successful, I want to display green color. So for that one, here some error codes are there. So these are the color, not error codes, color codes. So these are the color codes, right? So here we are checking build status, ternary operator. If it is successful, okay, we are going to add this build status as we are assigning successful. Here, if you see that subject, right, summary, if you observe here, env dot job name, env dot build number, already we know, right, all these things, all these are environment variables provided by Jenkins, right? So guys, just copy, I have copy pasted this code snippet from that Slack Stack Overflow from this website, Stack Overflow website. Just I have changed that function name to that send notifications, right? So just copy this code snippet in our pipeline script. Go here, this one. So this function you can keep outside of this node. You can keep this outside of the node. Right. So now I want to send a notification. Okay. So for that one, what we are going to do? We are going to call here. So we are going to call this function, this send notifications, this function we are going to call. So where we are going to call? So here we need to use that try catch block. Okay. So we are going to, so right now like this one it is there. So here stages are there. But if you want to call this function, we need to handle it right. If it is a failure, we need to send in different error codes, that color codes are done. So for that one, we are going to use that try catch block. Try, then catch, error object. Okay. So how many guys know about this one? Try catch block. This is the exception handling mechanism, right? Try, catch, finally, throws and all. Right. So we are going to keep this pipeline script inside this try block. We are going to keep that inside this try block, that pipeline script. So inside the catch, we are going to call this Slack notifications. Suppose if it is a successful, we are going to use that finally one keyword is there, right? So whatever pipeline script which we are going to keep inside this one, if any issues are there, it will go here. If no issues are there, it will come here, right? So finally is a one block which it is going to execute whether error occurred or not. Okay, if it is not occurred also, it is going to execute this one. Even if it is occurred also, this is going to execute. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to implement this try catch finally blocks in our code. So what I'm going to do, currently this is the code which we are using, right? So these stages, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep into the try block, this code, these stages, all stages I'm going to keep into the try block. Try. Okay, so in this try block I'm going to keep. So this is the try block closing. So if any issues are there, we need to catch that exception. So catch the error object. So here we need to display that error object if you want. Okay, and you can set the status. See, if the build is failed, I want to set the status. So for that one, current build dot result is equal to failed. Current build result. If you see here, global variable reference, just scroll down. See, current build dot result. So it is going to give current build result, whether it is a success, failure, or unstable. Right. So for that one, I am assigning this one failed. Okay. So I want to send a notification. So I am going to that finally block. Finally block. So here I am going to call that function. Which function? This function. Copy. So this function is expecting one parameter, right? What parameter it is expecting? Build status, right? So I don't want hardcode this build status. I want to get that build status dynamically. So this one, this environment variable having that build result. Yes or no? Current build dot result. It will give whether it is a success or failure or aborted. Right. Click on commit changes. Now you can go here, trigger this job. Scripted way, you can trigger this job. So build number 28. Click on console output. Observe here, it sent that notification. So if you want, you can go and see here. If you observe here, successful job pipeline scripted way. If you observe here, it is sending only that successful. It is not sending that job started. Yes or no? It sent. It is not sending. So I want to call that function. Okay. So go here. So this function you want to call. So here that status we are getting dynamically. Okay. So if you copy paste this value, suppose here, here we'll get a error. Why? Because na, this value is not available initially. When it is going to be available, once build is over, once build is over, then only we can identify whether it is a success or failure or aborted. So initially we are not going to get. So I'm going to hard code this value. I'm going to hard code this value. So I'm going to give that started. So this value you have to pass here. Started. Save it. Now you can click on this job. So bill number 29 started. If you go and see here, observe here, started this particular job, pipeline scripted way, bill number 29. Successful, pipeline scripted way, 29. Right. So like this, you can call that function whenever, wherever you want. Clear? So if it is a scripted way, suppose if it is a declarative way, if it is a declarative way, we are going to use in different way. So who started the job? If you want all those details, you want to add some more information. Okay, so where you want to add those details? In this here. So right now it is sending this one, right? Job name, bill number and all. This subject. Right now if you see, if you go and see that Slack successful job, this particular one, this one. So for this one you have to go and change the code here. See, build status. This is one environment variable, right? We are assigning that value whether it is a success or failure. For getting that variable value, we are using this dollar job, the job name, bill number. So here you can add that triggered. Clear? How to update this particular line to get that all these details. So based on your requirement, you can add whatever you want. So if you observe right now, this function we are using, right? This function we are using. It's very difficult, right? Every time keeping this function as part of our pipeline script code. What we can do, instead of keeping here, shared libraries. Thank you, Om Prakash. Shared libraries. So before that, I will show you how to use this Slack notifications code snippet with a declarative pipeline script. Click on configure. So I think I have written here only. Yes. Okay. So this one. So here pipeline agent any stages, inside the stages we have written, right? Here if you want to call this notifications, whether it is the email notification or Slack notification, we are going to use that post section. If you see here, declarative directive generator, here post, right? When you want to run, if it is a build successful or failure, click on generate. So here one, so pipeline, in this pipeline we are going to use agent any, then we are going to write that stages. Inside the stages we are going to write, after the stages we are going to add this one post section. We are going to write that post section, right? So if it is a successful, we are going to call here. If it is a failure, we are going to call here. So this post section we are going to keep. So copy this one inside this pipeline script. So after this stages, we can keep this one, and we need to call that function. So first copy this function, keep it here before pipeline script start. Okay, and we need to call this function, right? If it is a successful, you can pass that one current build dot result. So just copy paste this one here also. So automatically it is going to get. If it is a failure, this current build result, it will give that failed, right? Save it, trigger this one, build now. So build number 2, if you go and see here, see success job. If you observe here, for success also it is giving that red color. Why? Here, go to this particular job. Current build dot result, it is going to give that any one of these values. See here, current build going to give current build dot result, it will give that success, unstable, failure. Here we are expecting that if it is just started, okay, we are going to consider as this one. See, if it is just started, instead of started, what you can do, you can give this one success, just only for this one, success. Here also success, this one also success, okay. So wherever it is successful is there, just you can keep it success, save it, do that build. Okay. So now also it is giving configure. Aha. So this is started. So if it is started, yellow color. If it is success, this one. Just I have updated. Now if you do that, see, job successful. If you observe, just it is sending that only that success, but it is not sending that whether it is a when job is triggered, I need to send, right? So for that one, what we are going to do? Very simple. Go here. While triggering, just you can call this one. Okay. So in any one of this function, you can call this. So here, just you can pass that parameter. So what parameter we're expecting? Started. So while checking out a code, I am calling this function. So if you want to call a function, this one, this function is expecting that one parameter, build status, build up. Go here, observe here, started, successful, build number 5. Right. So like this, we can use this Slack notifications code. But if you observe here, we are each job, we are keeping this code snippet. We are using this code snippet. So instead of this one, what we can do? Very simple. Remove this code snippet. Remove this code snippet, and you can copy that code snippet. Okay. So this code snippet, I'm going to keep into that GitHub repository. So go here, create a one repository. So I'm going to create a one repository. So already, guys, it is there. So if it is see Slack notifications shared libraries, click on this one. Okay, so you guys can, if you want, you can fork it. Okay, so where's, if you see here, send a Slack notification. Okay, started, successful. I have updated that. Right. So now we can use this one. So if you want to call this one, first we need to configure this repository, right, in our GitHub. So first save this one. First go to that Jenkins dashboard, configure system, search with shared libs, global pipelines. Okay. So here already we have added one. I'm going to add one more. Add. Here I'm going to give that Slack shared libs. Okay. So if you go and see here, master branch. So I'm going to give that to master. Okay. So modern is same. Git. This is the repository. So credentials. GitHub credentials. That's all. So whatever the name we have given, just remember this one. Save it. Okay. So now go to that particular job. Click on configure. So first we need to import right at the rate library annotation, right? So space underscore. So like this we need to import that one. So now how we can call this one? So whatever the name it is there, na, this Groovy script name, with this name we are going to call, right? Go here. For this shared library, I'm passing this result here also. Save it. Click on build now. So build number 6. See, it's successful. You can go here. See here, build number 6 started successful. If you observe in this particular job now, are we keeping that Slack notifications core snippet here as part of our job? No, right? Where we are keeping? We are keeping in the GitHub. Yes or no? So guys, this is one of the very good example for the shared libraries. Now this core snippet we can use for n number of pipelines. Yes or no? Just you can import this library using like this one at the rate library annotation. Wherever you want, can you just you can use this one. Clear? So this is very good and very good real-time scenario I have explained. So we are using like this one only. So what we did, we have created this Slack notifications code snippet as a shared libraries, and we are importing like this one. We have configured that GitHub repository URL and we are importing. Clear? Anybody have any questions, guys? So if you want, I will share this all these code snippets. So whatever we are discussing, I'm going to share with you guys how to call this one. So guys, under post, you will see that the success, failure, always also it is there. Always. Always means irrespective of build status. Okay. Whether it is going to, whether it is a pass or fail, success or failure, it is going to send. Yes, always means it's kind of a default one only. Clear? So under post blog, many options are there, right? Success, failure, right? Unstable. If you go and see here under this directive generator, to select that post, see here unstable, not built, aborted, failure. See here, many options are there. So whatever uh, option you want, you can select and generate it. So I'm going to discuss one more very important option related to that pipeline. See, after getting the code, after getting the code, after checkout stage, what we are doing? Build, then execute, sonar keep report. Execute sonar keep report, then upload artifact into artifact repository. Can we do that these two stages at a time? So currently, how it is doing? First, one by one, check out code. Once this stage is over, then it will go to the build stage. Once build stage is over, then it will go to the execute sonar keep report. Then upload an artifact into artifact repository. Then deploy. Then send the notifications to the Slack. That is the order it is going to follow. Instead of that one, I want to execute these two stages parallelly at a time instead of sequentially. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So for that one, we are going to use one keyword called as parallel. Parallel. Here we are going to keep that stages. How? Okay. So let me update that script. So stages. This is a checkout. Then I'm going to do that another stage. So another stage is build. So here remove this one also, sh mvn clean package, right? Another stage execute sonar keep report. So here we are going to use that sonar colon sonar, right? So if you want to work this maven, what you have to do? You have to add tool section, right? Tools maven, that name you have to give maven 3.8.4. This is the name which I have configured, right? So right now, if you see one by one stage, it is going to execute. One by one stage, it is going to execute. So instead of executing these stages one by one, okay. So currently, in this way we are writing. So this is the build stage. This is the sonar keep report execution stage. Instead of this one, I want to execute these two stages parallelly. So for that one, we are going to use parallel keyword. So I'm going to write one stage called as stage build and sonar keep report. That is the stage name. So inside the stages, what we are going to do? We are going to use that steps. Inside the steps, parallel keyword we are going to use. Parallel. Here, I'm going to specify this one. Build. So guys, any name you can give here. Build. However, we are giving this one, that one. Build colon within the parentheses. You can specify this command. Same way here. Execute sonar keep report. Okay, within the flower brackets, you can execute this one. See, just I have, instead of two stages, I have written one stage. I have written one stage. Then inside this steps, I have used the parallel keyword. This is one stage. This is another stage. This is also very, very important. Many times they ask this question. Okay. So Saujan is asking, but sir, one is dependent on another one. See here, build is dependent on execute SonarCube report. Is so execute SonarCube report is depends on this one. Build, no, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this code snippet. Let's see whether it is going to work or not. Instead of two stages, I'm writing one stage and I'm parallelly, I'm calling that one by one stage. Okay. So here, this is the checkout stage. After this one, I'm keeping this one. Save it. Click on build now. Okay. So build number 7 has failed. We'll see. So it is saying that, okay, I got it. So here, you have to keep that comma. So here you have to keep the comma. So this is one stage, right? Another stage. So if you want to add one more stage, keep comma. Here you can keep it. Okay. So just keep that comma here. Configure. So here, guys, here, comma. Save it. Click on build now. Build number 8. If you want, you can go and see that console output. So it is executing build and executing SonarCube report parallelly, right? It is executing parallelly, right? See, it is triggered, build has triggered, right? And SonarCube report also executing, build also doing. See, parallelly, both are simultaneously it is executing. So if you don't use that parallel, once build is over, then only SonarCube report execution is going to be happen. Clear? So guys, this is very, very important. Many times they ask this question. Is it possible to execute multiple stages at a time parallelly? So Shafiq is asking how to skip stage in the Jenkins. Simple, comment that one. Okay. So Vijay Kumar is asking, sir, add timestamp please. Okay, sure. So what we are going to do? Click on configure. So if you want to add the timestamp, what we are going to do? We are going to here before tools. We are going to use that options, right? So there timestamps. So if you are not sure, you can go here. Very simple. See here options, add timestamps. Click on generate. Very simple. Okay. Don't by heart it. Timestamps. So if you want, you can keep as a function also. Save it. Click on build now. Build number 9. Go and see the console output. See here. Okay. Build SonarCube report. Build SonarCube report. Right. See. Suppose if you don't keep this parallel, so just what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep separately. I'm going to keep separately. Remove this one, and I'm going to add this one. Save it. Click on build now. If you go and see build number 10, console output. So now it is doing that build. See, build stage. After build stage, then it is going to do that execute SonarQube report. If you use like this one, it will do one by one. Clear? So this is also very important, guys. So using this parallel keyword, we are going to execute that stages at a time, more than one, the parallelly. Clear, guys? So that's all about the Jenkins. So whatever the scripts which I have executed today and whatever I have used, I'm going to share with you all these scripts, whatever I have used. So you guys can reuse this shared libraries. So you guys can fork this one, right? And you can use this one. Or if you want, you can create your own shared libraries. But this is the format you have to mention. Inside the vars directory, this one you have to. So the extension is .groovy, right? Clear? Anybody have any questions, guys? In parallel, if any stage fails, let's see what will happen. So click on configure. So I'm going to add. Anyway, we are saying that parallel, right? It is not going to be stop, right? So I'm going to configure instead of these two stages, build, I'm removing, and stage also, this one also. Suppose I'm going to give that package. Click on build now. Console output. See here, bit failed. Right? See, still that SonarQube report is executing. Okay. When build fails also, the SonarQube report is executing. Overall, it is going to mark as a failure. Right? In that particular stage, right? In this stage, build has failed, but SonarQube report is executed successfully. Clear, guys? So that's all about the Jenkins. So I will share all these advanced pipeline scripts. Already I have shared the 3 scripts, right? Declarative pipeline script 1, 2, 3, and whatever these core snippets. So and also some more pipeline examples I have prepared. I will share with you. Just go through those things also. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to start that Ansible. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. How can you check the quality gates? So I have created one recorded video. Okay, Om Prakash. If SonarQube is failed, we can stop that deployment also, and we can mark as a failure. So if you go to our playlist, I have created one. Go to that Jenkins playlist. So here I have created one video. Here, see Jenkins server with the SonarQube server quality gates. Okay, here I'm checking SonarQube report is the status is successful or not in SonarQube. If it is successful, then only I am going to continue. Just refer this video. Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.